Well, hello and welcome to What Crappens, the podcast about all that crap we love to talk about on ye old brovs. I'm Ronnie. That's Ben over there. Hello, Benuni.
Hi, how are you?
You know what? So great. What a day.
Yeah,
Our world
what a
is about
day.
to change. Election day is in 2 days,
Oh
but I think
yeah,
we've all already kind of
tomorrow.
voted, right?
I voted proudly, very proudly, and but there's
Oh,
still a
it's
lot of
tomorrow.
people that are going to vote tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow is the big
Yeah.
day. It's um, it's going to be a very stressful week, I think, for the entire country because I think everyone is really nervous, no matter whose side you're on. Everyone is anxious, and thank God for Bravo. This is when we need Bravo the most. So
Yeah. I was
it's kind of
coming.
a bummer. It's kind of a bummer that on election night, like we have Real Housewives of New York, like that's our salvo is watching Real Housewives of New York. Like, couldn't they like schedule like a bonus episode of like Potomac or Salt Lake City or something? Like, why did they have to put Real Housewives of New York on tomorrow night? That's not going to calm me down to hear Aaron being like, "Really, you sold my Bitcoin and you didn't pay me back for the Starbucks?" Like, I don't want that.
Well, look, it is a time where we need some change. So whatever's going to happen, there's going to be change. I don't know if it's going to be for the better or for worse, but yeah, that's kind of what we need with New York. So I don't know. Look at it that way. It's all a shit show either way. You know what I mean? So what are
Well,
you going to do?
Well, what you can do is everyone is vote. If you have not voted yet, everyone should vote. It's very important to vote, no
It
matter
is
what.
important. And
And
it
then
is
come
not
and
going to be the
listen to
same
us.
shit show. I just mean one side is going to
Meaning,
be so fucking furious. Who knows what's going to happen if that, whatever. I don't even need to talk in
you
coded
meant
ways. Some of us are
you
nuts
meant
and some of us are not nuts at this point. And one half that we think are nuts are going to really be nuts if they lose. And if we lose, we're going to be really nuts. So there you go. Half the country is going to be super pissed off in a couple of days. Point is, who cares? In this world, everything's always great. Okay. It's Bravo.
yeah.
Even when it's terrible, it's still fun. Like Bryn had a really fake apology this week from New York. That was fun to watch her try and stumble through, and so much other stuff, which we will be discussing tonight on Crappy Hour at 5:30 Pacific time, as we do every other Monday. You can watch that and interact with us live on YouTube. We'll also be streaming that over Instagram Live, which has been going pretty well, actually, now that we found this new method. So join us
Yes.
over there. If you hear a bunch of knocking, tinking, clink, 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 hey, everybody, it's because they're doing construction right under me now. I'm in the house. Hi, look at me. I'm in the house. But under me, they're doing other construction of the place I was in before I was in this house. So you see how it's going? Little apartment, they're doing that. They just dropped a hammer. Right now, just dropped a hammer. Everybody was live.
Hammer, don't hurt them.
But yeah, it's going okay down there. A couple more weeks, hopefully it'll all be done. And I'm so excited to be here. That's it. Oh no, I wanted to tell you one thing.
Yes,
I was driving today from Home Depot because that's where I am every morning at 6:30, like a good little boy. And I was driving home and I was at the stoplight. And this guy was on the side. He's running for some bullshit Congress. And he was standing there on the side of the road with a megaphone. He's screaming, "Save all children!" And then he had a no sign going over some lady's face, I guess his opponent. And he's like, "She wants your children." I was like, "Oh, for Christ's sake." I just rolled down the window and went, "Shut the fuck up, you drama queen." And then two other cars were like, "Yeah, fuck you." We just started railing on this congressman idiot. Get the children out of it, okay? Save your own fucking children. I'm so sick of everybody talking about the drag queens and their children, whatever, and their children. Tell your children to get a goddamn job. I've been telling you people forever, fix your own children. I'm busy, okay? I am your village, and here's what I'm saying. Go home to your parents. It's drinking hour in this village. Yeah. It's 5 o'clock here.
The drag queens are not corrupting your children. I guarantee it's the parents. The parents are almost always the corruptors. And you can blame it on the drag queens as much as you want. But it is the parents. So, vote yourself out of office.
Yeah. And that's enough of that for today. Sorry for even bringing us into politics. That's as far as we'll go. But good luck, everybody. Let's all hold hands and move forward into the Real Housewives of Potomac.
Yes. It is episode 5, Blast from Everyone's Past. So where we left off, Mia had invited all her friends over to tell funny Mia stories and also to sort of have her back when she comes for Karen by saying, you know what, Karen, the funniest thing happened one time when we were out with Joy. You butt dialed us when you were drunk, and we heard you say, "Everyone thinks I'm home with Ray right now." Isn't that funny, Karen?
And Karen's like, I don't remember. What? Don't remember. Wait, was I drunk? Was I drunk driving when that happened? Because, it's very difficult to remember things when you're trying to concentrate on a road that's wonky and it's moving this. And have you ever tried driving down a wonky, curvy road? Tilt-a-whirl as a road? You can't blame me. I was just drunk driving.
You know what? I don't like these curvy roads, so I decide rather than me wanting the road to change, I will change for the road. So I just drive straight on a curvy road, and it usually works out. And sometimes you might hit a fence or a median, but lead by example.
So Mia's like, well, I only bringing it up because you came for my girl Jacqueline. You called her a liar. Jacqueline was calling her a drunk in front of a bunch of people when she's already in trouble for being a drunk. Okay. Jacqueline brought this on herself, and acting like Jacqueline is just some babe in the woods who just made an innocent comment about maybe Karen was drunk when she called me in the middle of the night. That was a friendly call, ma'am, and you used it against her in a court of public opinion. How dare you? Get her.
It's also shitty because she's basically throwing Jacqueline under the bus. Like, you should be angry at Jacqueline because don't be mad at me that I'm saying this. Be mad at Jacqueline for being mean to you, because I'm just saying this because of Jacqueline. And so Karen's like, well, and also, by the way, Mia has spent the past 2 years saying the very worst things about Jacqueline, just the worst, like beyond just the things that no friendship should ever rebound from. And yet now she's gonna be like, yeah, I'm gonna stand up for my girl. I was like, you should have stood up for your girl against yourself 2 seasons ago. So Karen's like,
right. Well, she has that whole thing. I think they made that deal coming back in. Like, okay, but you better be loyal to me this time, and I'll be loyal to you too. And so they're really trying to do that. Like, we're going to be loyal at no cost. But you already see it slipping, because every time Jacqueline gets a chance, she's like, yeah, Mia's spoiled and she needs her, she's like, yeah, I don't want to be Mia's sidekick. You see it trying to come out, and it's really funny watching that struggle.
So then Karen's like, so those girls think I'm with Ray. I don't know why I would say that. Was this the night that we were drinking brown liquor that night, and I pulled over and I called my driver because I said, driver, I've been driving for 30 minutes and I keep on hitting little rabbits and trees. Can someone pick me up, please? Thank you very much.
I've shortened my drunk driving trip, which I expect an award for from the Surrey County Board of New Wi-Fi. So yeah, it was brown liquor. So blame the brown liquor. And Mia's like, but you did get behind the wheel and then you decided to pull over, right? I'm just trying to get the timeline down.
Yes, I did do that. I pulled over. It was, I don't know. I think must have been 5 seconds behind that wheel. 5 seconds, 30 minutes, whatever it was. And I pulled over and I said, no more of this drunk driving for me, which I never did in the first place. And Mia's like, yeah, that's very good, Karen. Look, I'm going to pretend like I'm on your side, not coming to you anymore.
I'm so proud of you for pulling over, not into a deer, like the time that you pulled over into a deer while you were drunk driving. I mean, you're really improving on your drunk driving. I have to say, practice makes perfect, right, Karen?
And then Mia tells us, yeah, we had been drinking a whole lot. She drunk called me the next morning on her way home. Yeah, I left that part out. I'm like, well, you didn't, because you're saying it right now on TV, but that's
okay. Yeah, Mia's never going to leave any part out permanently. She'll always be saving parts to bring up. And Karen's like, now, come on, Mia, you don't know any more than that, Mia. And Wendy's like, shooting shots over there. And Ashley is telling us, the streets have been alive with some of Karen's forays. I've heard things, I've seen things, and I believe with every fiber of my being that me and Joey are telling the truth. Ashley, the arbiter of truth, who literally tells the truth about 15% a season. I love that Ashley's made herself how's that divorce from Michael going? Liar.
And Stacy, whose role is to be horrified by everything, is like, wow, after defending herself about the drunk driving charge, now she has to defend herself at the dinner table. It just won't stop. It's like, Stacy, did you know what show you were getting involved with? Did you think you'd be like hosting the Thanksgiving Day parade? This is the name of the game.
This is unbelievable. After watching what they just put her through after drunk driving, and now here, oh my God, Karen, please slow the table down. I'm sorry, I was drunk driving the table. I'm sorry, I did pull over. Stacey, will you please take over? And that's called responsibility, bitches. Thank you.
So then Karen tells us, Mia, you sat on this for 3 years and thought this was the time to throw a dagger? Well, honey, bing, 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 as she deflects the daggers off of her very structural dress. Her Mobius strip of a dress.
Bing! You're not deflecting the daggers. You just don't care that you're walking around stuck with daggers. You know what I mean? You're like that.
You've tried to convince us the daggers are part of the look. No, I decided to wear daggers today. That was intentional.
You have no blood left in you. You know, there's just a little bit of, Patron leaking out the holes. So let's see here. So Stacy's like, well, I have questions. I have questions that need to be answered. Mia, why did you have this in your back pocket for 3 years, Missy? And I don't want any sass from you about it.
Well, because she never called my friend a liar until now. And then Joy is like, well, I think it was more or less because you didn't want to say it and not have anyone else there to back you up, because I was there. If you remember, Mia, that's why you said that we should come, because we're his backup. Oh, yeah. That's why. Because I didn't have Joy as backup.
No, Mia doesn't even try to hide it. She has no subtlety. Mia's just like, no, I was saving it for, when Karen was mean to me. So yeah, that's what I did. So what do you think? I have a lot more too, and I would have kept this in, but she came for my girl.
And then Karen's like, oh, girl, shut up, because you and Jacqueline have pulled each other's eyeballs out, okay? And Jacqueline's like, we have. Thank you so much. Thank you. That was a great moment on Bravo. Yeah, we'll do it again if you want.
Yeah, so Jacqueline's like, well, she took this tiny itty-bitty conversation that we had and this itty-bitty little thing that I said about how it sounded like she was drinking. It was just my opinion. Well, it's her opinion that you're a goddamn liar. So...
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And she's like, if you want to make me the problem, fine. It's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me. They're like, no, Jacqueline, you're not really at the level of being a Taylor Swift song. Fine. But look, when you clearly have problems, then do your thing, honey. But I'm not the issue. I'm just the one that's addressing the elephant in the room. Did you just call me an elephant? I am a fence, damn it. A fence.
There are going to be experiences in your life that are good, that are bad. And what I think makes me an okay person is that I own the good and the bad and the indifferent about me. And I've come through so much. I have come through deer trying to attack my car. I have come through cars insisting on driving me while they were drunk. Drunk cars. Can you believe it? And look at me, still happy. Ping, a ping.
Let me have my serious slow voice for a moment. I'm going to lower my chin and look at you like I'm looking over the top of some glasses that are invisible. You know what, in life, you take the good, you take the bad, you take them both, and there you have Mia's messy ass.
Well, has any of the sequences of events that has transpired affected your marriage? What the fuck are you trying to say? Just ask the question.
Yeah, I know. That's when whenever people throw in the word transpired, I'm sorry, transpired needs to be retired from the dictionary, because that's the word people go to when they want to sound smart in an argument. They're like, I can be a lawyer. Okay, so what transpired after? Just say happened. Anytime someone's like, well, I was going to the store and what transpired was that I bought Doritos. I'm like, you're trying to make it sound fancy. You're trying to win your case by throwing transpired. It never works. please, let's move away from the word transpired.
We need to just have buzzers. And, there just needs to be, when Mia says a sentence like this, has any of the sequences of events that has transpired affected your marriage? Buzz, you're Mia. Okay. Not allowed. Out of bounds.
I know. When people just people always try to talk like lawyers in arguments where they want to be like, I'm going to win this argument by throwing in words like transpired. And also talking to doctors. It's like, so what happened? Well, what transpired was that I was feeling an ache in my, it's like, just say my back hurts, but I just love it when people.
It's very Heather Dubrow, can I have a bagel and make it adjudicated?
Please do not admonish me, Karen Huger. So anyway, so Mia was like, so what did their stuff with marriage affect your accident, whatever? And Karen is saying oh well, yes, we were having a moment, you have moments in your marriage, and we have a flashback of Ray saying, I think I love Karen, which is so shitty for him to say that. And then but she's she's not willing to really accept that her marriage has issues. So instead, she goes back to this old trope. She's like, you know what, though? He is my soldier. She loves talking in army terms with Ray. It's my soldier. Soldiered up for me. Karen Army, unite. Get up on your feet. Okay, 10 hot. We're going to march to the gates of victory in Karenville. That's what has transpired.
I have to disagree about the Ray thing. Now that we've seen more happening with Ray and Karen, Karen's been cheating on Ray for years steadily. And then she wants to go on camera and be like, look how Ray doesn't treat me well. And Ray's like, what the hell are you talking about? I've supported you and you've been cheating on me for goddamn years right in front of my face. And now you're finally getting caught on TV and you're trying to make me look like an unsupportive husband. Fuck off, lady. If I could walk, I would walk right out that door. But unfortunately, it would take me too long. And I can't. I'm just tired. I'm exhausted. I'm too exhausted to run. Okay, but don't make me shoot this bullshit about how I'm an unattentive husband. You're literally fucking the driver for how many years?
But this is where he decides he wants to show a crack in the facade. If you're gonna do the facade, do the facade.
That's true. Be a consistent facade, Ray. Okay.
Yeah. If you're gonna do the facade, don't humiliate her. I mean, you've already signed up that you're you're looking the other way. So don't humiliate her on TV.
Yeah, I think it's the whole dragging Ray out of the closet to go do a therapy scene where she's going to throw Ray under the bus the whole time. You know what I mean? She could have just left it alone. No wonder the man wanted to run to Florida. Jesus.
Well, I think that's why, don't forget, that's why he said that, because I think that was the middle of their fight where he just wanted to retire down to Florida. And she's like, no, I must stay in Potomac to shoot my television show. So he's pissed at her at this point because of that.
Yeah. So, she's like, shoulder. And then Karen is like, I'm not really sure about how much Karen's problems with Ray impacted her accident. But me and my mom are very close, and I can't imagine my mom not being here. So in her defense, maybe it was her grieving her mom, you don't know. I was like, oh my God, newbie, please stop. Karen will say that for literally everything. I'm so sorry I ate your last slice of pizza. My parents are both passed, please.
I had instant grief. I had a wave of grief that hit me and I had to eat your pizza.
It's time for a commercial. It's time for a Crappens commercial.
So, so Wendy's like, hello, everyone. There's only 1 more hour left of my 30s. Okay. So then everyone gets up from the table and they're all just sort of chatting now. They're like, how do we kill an hour so we can say happy birthday to Wendy? So Stacey goes up to Karen and she's like, Karen, you need a trophy that has a small cross on it that signals to you and your close friends that you have a close relationship with the Lord. That trophy is available for $39.99, marked down from $79.99. And I think it would be a great addition to your mantle, fireplace, or home office.
Would Jesus love you for free? I'm sure he would. But why try and test that? You know what I mean? When you get to the pearly gates, you want to make sure that you're looking cute in his symmetry. Symmetry? Symbology? No. I don't even know anymore.
Symmetry now available on QVC for $182.99. It is a tree full of symbols. All your favorite symbols from your keyboard on that tree. Is it a fish? Is it an emoji? Is it a Greek letter? They're all there, and you can stare at it and decipher it for the rest of your life.
Just trees made out of crucifixes. You're going to love it.
Unfortunately, we are one tree down because Monique got back on the road. But other than that, sales are through the roof. So act now and get your symbol tree before it's too late.
So Karen's like, well, all you want to do is your own life, and you can explain it. And they may not like your explanation, but if you own it, if it's your truth, you're good to go. Who needs the real truth? Your truth is the only truth. My truth is I have no charges against me. Thank you very much, and I appreciate the Oscar. It was lovely being in. Well, it's an Oscar-winning movie. My Left Foot. I really enjoyed being in My Left Foot.
I love being in The English Patient, which is what I'm being right now, waiting for Wendy's birthday. Speaking English and being patient. So then we go to Ashley talking to Mia, and she's like, Mia, 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 Mia. She's like, what I do? She's like, you are Jacqueline's MVP. So Mia's basically saying, well, I had to help my girl out because she was sinking earlier, okay? And I can't allow her to, for her to drown. And, I don't want anyone to call anyone close to me a liar unless it's me saying it.
Right. And Jacqueline's like, well, I don't deserve to be called a liar, especially by Karen, especially by the woman I called a drunk at a table full of people. And he's like, yeah, especially something that's just silly. She admitted that she left the restaurant, got drunk, got in the car, and drove. Now, unfortunately, Mia is just, she was drowning. She's a little too incompetent to really explain that on television like she needs to be on the show. But the producers insisted, so she's back. So here's the, hey, would you like to swim? Up, she's drowning. Get her arms, get her. I helped her.
So Mia's like, so do you think Karen's gonna be pissed tomorrow? She's gonna go to sleep and she's gonna wake up and she's probably be all pissed off. And Josh is like, really? You think so? And she's like, yeah, she's gonna be going into her vault, calling up her bloggers, being like, now what do we have on Mia? And they all laugh because they know it's so true. That's exactly what Karen's gonna do next.
Yeah, it's so true. And they all do it. Me is even admitting, yep, I had it in a little Rolodex, and the second I got pissed off, I used it against Karen. Thanks.
Yep. So now it's 15 minutes until Wendy's birthday. So Stacey answers a FaceTime from TJ, who's like, hi, princess. And she's like, hi. He's like, what you do? Look at you in that orange. Absolutely stunning. Beautiful. Available now. Is that one of those limited time offers available on QVC? Orange sweater for beautiful people. She's like, yes, it is, TJ. Thank you so much for noticing.
She's like, TJ, I'm wearing orange, your favorite color. He goes, orange is my favorite color on other things. How's it going over there? She's like, oh, everyone's asking about you, TJ. Everyone's asking about you. Someone said, what side of the bed you get out of? I said, what kind of question is that? They said, if you were a bunk bed, which one would you be? I said, what?
Someone said, God, I just love all his frozen items. And I said, that's the different TJ. And they said, well, who are we talking about? And I said, my boyfriend, TJ. And he's like, oh, well, by the way, are we sharing more? Because we said that I want you to lean in to the camaraderie that they offer. So if they ask about me, tell them all sorts of things about me. And if they want me to be more on the show, I'll be on the show if they want. If they want to make a storyline where they're talking about me and it raises my profile for some reason, that's okay. Lean into it. It's okay, honey.
This guy is such a red flag. I told you to lean into the camaraderie that they offer and just share. And that's what this is about. So I'm calling to see if you're doing what we talked about. What the fuck is wrong with you? Don't talk to her that way. What are you leading her to? Fuck off, closet director. No, sir. You don't get to direct your beard. You let that beard perform how she wants to. Beards grow however they want. They're wild. They're free.
You don't get to decide if it's a Fu Manchu or a soul patch, or I don't know the names of any other types of beards. But either way,
we make closeted jokes because we're just idiots on the internet. But you know what? We're seriously calling and being like, I want you to make sure you're discussing me on camera. How we discuss. Get the fuck out of here, you weirdo control freak. Don't be on TV. Get out of here with your tights.
I think this is such a strange red flag for me. First of all, the group does not offer a single ounce of camaraderie, so his whole premise is fails because of that. But also, it just feels like he almost wants her to talk about their relationship and how they're like not intimate. Like it's almost like he knows the women are going to be like, oh my god, TJ. Like it's going to be a storyline. It's like he is really thirsty. It seems like to be like a topic on this show, right? Isn't that like that was my takeaway from his comments?
And he also really wants it out there how Christian and virginal he is, and how he's really sticking to this, like he's really going for this religious purity thing on camera.
Yeah,
I thought it was interesting. I didn't really think of it last week when we talked about it, but the way Stacey worded, I think it was last week when she said, you know, it's not that he's never had sex before, but in his current relationships with women, he wants to make sure he's waiting. He worded it in just such an odd way that, like, I don't even care if it's men or women or whatever. It's just, this man is not here for you. This man is here for image, and he's here to sell something. It seems like right now he's trying to sell that brand of Christianity that is not real. That's like selfish and only for him. It seems very fake and phony and late night salesman-y. And I know that she's a QVC person, so maybe that's their thing, where it's like, oh my God, this is our thing. And maybe they're going to be great together in that way. But he comes across as very, very phony. And
he comes across as very upwardly mobile, and he probably is actually trying to gain like not a following, but like increase his presence or his profile, maybe in like Christian media, you know. And so he's exactly. Like maybe gonna try to get like a talk show on one of the like the Christian networks or something like that. I mean, he's already on TV. He's already
right. I think that's why he's blasting it out. But like, he's getting it out there. Like, what a good little innocent he is.
Well, we don't know what the ulterior motives are, but we definitely pick up on the ulterior motives by the fact that he's like, you are advancing my ulterior motives, aren't you? Like you're sharing about us. And by sharing about us,
pretty obvious.
You're reminding America that I exist, right? So Stacey, so Wendy comes over, and Stacey's like, "Oh my God, say hi to TJ. TJ, this is Wendy. Wendy, this is TJ." And Wendy's like, "Oh, hi, nice to meet you. Hi, TJ." She's like being very sweet, but you can see she's looking at this guy like, "Who the hell is this person? Who is this cheeseball on FaceTime?"
Well, Wendy does that voice she does when she's just being fake Wendy. And then when she's talking to us, she's like, I don't know what the fuck is going on with them, but
yeah.
What are they, 10 years old at camp? Like, okay.
And then she pulls in Jassy, and she's like, Jassy, say hi. And Jassy's like, we've only heard the greatest thing about you, so thank you for taking care of my friend. Well, you're not really taking care of her, but you're in her proximity. Thanks for being in the proximity of our friend.
Thank you for calling to make sure that our friend was talking about exactly what you wanted on television. That was really kind of you. And that's when Wendy's like, yeah, they give me that virgin couple at Vacation Bible School, you know, realness. And then Stacey's like, okay, I gotta go. I just wanted to say hi. And he's like, love you, miss you. I know you're not going to say it, but I did. Did you catch that, televisions? Okay, bye-bye.
Yeah, he definitely is angling to have like a morning show, probably with Stacey, where it's like, good morning, Bethlehem, or something like that. And they're like talking like morning topics or something with mugs of coffee.
Good morning, Bethlehem. Guys, upcoming, we're going to get a sports update from the three wise men. Okay, because who better to talk about bocce ball?
Right. He's like, gosh, I wish Gomorrah was a better place because it'd be a really good pun for good morning.
Stacey, do we have any deals today? We do. We have a great deal today on myrrh. Okay, you're gonna love it. Anybody at Christ coming into this world don't know what to get him. Myrrh's always a good option. You can never have too much myrrh.
And now it's time for a weekly segment where we're going to talk about ways that you can save money. We're calling it Dollars and Frankincense.
Guys, the economy is out of control, right? Do you have a sheep? You could be making your own sweaters. There's no room at the inn, but there is a coat. On that sheep, get your shears.
And now it's time for the sports report, here to talk about what's going on with New York Christian hockey. It's Mark Belasco to give us the latest score from the New York Mangers. It's a long way to go. Long way to go to make that pun, but it was worth it.
Listen, you got a baby to rest and you don't have a bed at the end. Here's what you do. Take a garbage pail lid, turn it upside down, and call yourself religious. Boom! You're on church murals for the rest of your goddamn life.
I don't know anything else about Christianity, so that's the end for me.
You're out.
And now the Amy Grant report.
All right.
I
So
want to
now
watch the show now.
I'm
like, I kind of want to watch TJ and Stacey in the mornings.
Yeah. So now Wendy we're all waiting for Wendy's fucking birthday to happen, which, like, grow up. Sorry. I know that birthdays are still exciting to some people, but like, who at 40 years old? Well, 40, I guess, is a big one. That's not
40 is a big one. She is literally growing up.
One. You're right.
You're like, grow up. It's like, give her 15 minutes. She will grow up.
She's just really excited. So everybody, I take it back. She deserves it for her 40th.
Yeah,
well, you saw me on my 40th. I was like, I'm not going. You're like, you're going to come eat crab with me. You're going to come eat crawfish. I was like, all right. So,
that's right.
Yeah, but she's super into it.
Wait, did we was that when we had crawfish in Alabama? No.
Oh, that was in LA remember the fish in a bag place by the Target on La Brea?
I took you there for your 40th
all of Dom's
birthday?
friends. Yeah, because you already were going to dinner there with Dom's friends, and you're like, you have to come out. It's your 40th. And I was like,
oh my God, I don't even remember that. That is hilarious. That was hot and juicy crawfish, right?
Yeah.
I can't believe I forced you to go to hot and juicy crawfish on your 40th birthday.
It was lovely. It was sweet. So anyway, I'm just like the comparison. And she's like, everybody will stay awake for my birthday. So they do. And they're all on their phones because, we're all really 13 inside. And then it's her birthday. And so they, start dancing around and give her a good birthday.
Yeah, she gives a little speech. She talks about how she's surrounded by love and how she's basically achieved all the things, like so many things by 40. And she's really proud of it because her mom said people are only scared of their age when they haven't achieved what they wanted to do by that age. Or
that's
maybe
not true.
They're afraid of death. Maybe they're afraid of death,
or your tits are touching your knees. How about that? Yeah. Or you're just falling downstairs and don't remember why. I mean, there's plenty of reasons to fear it. Okay.
I mean, look, I had some, it was like I had like a moment when I aged out of the coveted 18 to 34 demo, and I'm like, I am no longer coveted. I'm just another demo. I'm just a sad demo. I'm just a demo low, and anywhere I go, no one cares what I'm watching on TV. I can buy snacks for fun, entertain all sorts of things, and no one cares about my purchasing habits. I'm not.
Yeah, no one cares.
I'm concluding my Just a Gigolo parody.
Yeah, we're dead. We basically died already. Especially in LA. I showed up here dead. I didn't get here till I was 28. They were like, oh my God, look at that walking coffin. Like, yeah.
Look at that person with only 7 years left in the coveted demo. Actually, 6.
So yeah, she gives us her biannual Wendy speech where she names all of her accomplishments, her degrees, no, she didn't say assistant professorship. That was shady of me. Her professorship. Why can't I talk?
What is wrong with me? Well, everyone, congratulations, you got a professorship.
She has the full. I have 4 degrees. We know, girl. We know. God bless you.
She has her web show. She has Eddie. She has children. She almost had a restaurant with Peter. She's done a lot. So now it's day 2. So they celebrate hugs, dancing, fun times. It's great. Now it's the next morning at Lake Norman. Everyone's getting ready for the day. And Wendy declares that it's going to be dramaless because it's her birthday. And as we all know, the birthdays on the show are always drama-free.
You know what I have to say? I'm really enjoying this Wendy this season. How do you feel? This is the most enjoyable Wendy's had in a long time. And I know part of it's just like, look, I'm cheerful Wendy because they told me to be. I get that it's partly that way, but I love the Wendy that's commenting on everything that's going on because she is surrounded by such insane people. And she's so funny how she comments on everything and still kind of gets into the mess. Like she's not letting anybody getting away with their shit. She's not letting anybody get away with their shit. She still calls everybody on being wrong when they're wrong or whatever. But she's just so fun about it and so funny about it. And it's so nice to see that.
This to me is like a callback to the original Wendy. When Wendy first came on the show, I thought she was very funny, but she could don't come for her. Because she will honestly, I think Wendy will just sort of take you down. And this is like my favorite version of Wendy. And I think that I think she tried to sort of lean into the Housewives thing starting in her second season when she was like Happy and Ness. And she really started to push that. And be, she's just going down that path. And I've always enjoyed her. But last season, she just sort of went too far in terms of like the shrine thing. It was like unpleasant to watch. And she seems sort of mired in bitterness, or at least unhappy. And it's like you said, it's really nice to see her just sort of have kind of a reset, whether she realized, okay, I need to adjust my persona or whatever it was. She is now, to me, back to like what I've always loved about Wendy. So I agree with you. I think she's in a great place. Good season.
Okay, good one. So Mia and Jacqueline go sit by the pool, and it's funny that Jacqueline is carrying towels for Mia because it's just so what this season is. And she's like, I'm here to take care of you, Mia. And she's like, oh, thank you. Well, what do you want to talk? And Jacqueline's like, yesterday was a lot. Karen is just like a tough bag. A bag? Not a bag, but a cookie. It's a tough cookie to crack. No.
A bag made out of cookie.
Don't you have one in there? You've got to have one in that bag that you could use. Come on.
She goes, it's just what it is. But anyway, tell me what's going on with you, because I forgot I'm the sidekick. So what's going on in my life actually doesn't matter at all. She's like, thanks for acknowledging that. Well, I just don't want to talk about Karen anymore. I'm good except for the fact that I woke up this morning and Gordon is firing up all these text messages. It's always when I leave and whenever I go somewhere, he does this. So that's the thing. Gordon's whole thing is that when Mia goes out of town, he tries to sort of sabotage her fun times or independence by texting her incessantly and getting under her skin.
Yes. Or just, he's still her husband, I think. He's just like, hey, I'm here raising our children. How are you? She's like, I love you, Gordon. I can't wait to see you. I'll call you in 5 minutes. Why don't you call me? God, Gordon is such a stalker.
He's always asking. Yeah, always acting like I love him or something. So
basically, he's mad because he was scrolling through Instagram and he went all the way back to April, which I don't really know what the month is right now. But let's see. Wendy Osefo's birthday. I don't know why this matters.
It's got to be like around May because there was a graduation, May or June.
So it wasn't that long ago, in other words, right?
Celebration.
May 21st. Yeah, so it's like a month. It's been a month. Because like, can you believe it? It was all the way back in April. So it wasn't that long. What a stalker. So he was scrolling through and he found a screenshot of an IG post with the caption, "It feels so good to be in love with someone that makes me feel loved. This man has my whole heart and I feel so happy. And I got my best friend back too. #complete. Mi amor. Next chapter." Yeah, I wonder why that would be hurtful to your still husband, Mia.
I wonder why he's annoyed. So then
you completely deserted the second he was broke and now sick. You got two things and then deserted his ass for the new boyfriend.
Well, the broke part, that's his end of the deal. We all know what the arrangement was in this marriage, and if he can't hold up his end of the deal, she's allowed to bolt. But Jacqueline,
agreed. And I'm not disagreeing with her bolting. I supported that, but the whole I can't believe he's hurt.
Yeah,
you're not only moving on, you're flaunting it as much as you can, even in your hashtags. It's like that's what you do when you really hate your ex,
Yeah, and everyone's sort of clocked her for it, sort of politely or subtly, and Jacqueline does it right here, and she's like, she's like, yeah, you still haven't really left his side. I mean, you guys literally live in the same building. And she tells us, Mia's like very, very spoiled, and Mia likes Gordon to wait on her hand and foot, and he has done that since the first date, and he still does that to this day. But if Mia wants to get this relationship with Ink and make it permanent, I feel like she needs to kind of like cut the umbilical cord and let me be the one to wait on her hand and foot. I mean, hello, towels do not transport themselves to the pool.
Commercials. Here comes one right now.
So Mia's like, well, he also asked Ing if he was going to turn into an LLC now that was more viable with the tax situation. And he asked Ink if also he's going to be in Charlotte. And then he said, I don't know. I'm having a hard time believing anything you say at this moment in time. And Jacqueline's like, why? What have you been saying? Nothing. She goes, are you telling him you love him? She goes, well, of course. I mean, I'm telling him I love him. I mean, today I did. I said that to you. I said that to the burrito I ate this morning. So what?
I mean, it's like, I do love him. It's like I tell you, I love you, but I'm not in love with you. It's like I say, God, I wish we could just be married again, but like married, like best friends and not married. You know, I don't know why he's confused. So Jacqueline's like, yeah, you need to stop saying all of this because for someone who's not over you, you need to tread very lightly with the words you say because, you know, he really wants a second chance and he wants to get you back. And that's why, like, him seeing Ink around you and like with the kids, like you just need to create separation right now.
Mia's like, it's dealing with someone with mania. I mean, the train just goes off and then they just get more destruction. I mean, come on. It's not mania. His feelings are hurt. Oh my God. And she's like, oh, and the number one guideline when you're dealing with a close loved one with bipolar is to support them and make them know that they're not alone. And if he wants to be close, allow him to be close. You just can't be with me. So if someone loves you, just lead them on. Literally. It's the doctor prescribed way to do it. She's so nuts. She's such an asshole, but she's so fucking funny about it. It's like the second she's done with Gordon, she's like, he spoke to me in 5 different voices today. I'm not really sure what to do, but I'm trying to find a jacket for him so he could feel comfortable where the sleeves are sewn together and he can't move.
You know, and then, you know, I didn't say anything. And then he just goes, you know, say you're at my side. And I'm beginning to believe you're keeping me close. He said to me, I'm beginning to believe you're keeping me close to help your life be more easy. And Jacqueline's like, yeah, I kind of agree with that. She's like, but like, he's the father of my kids. Like, of course he's supposed to make my life more easy. What are you talking about, Jacqueline?
Yeah, you can't call him a babysitter when he's the father. And she's like, I could hire a nanny. And Jacqueline's like, yeah, well, you probably should. And Gordon was saying, well, this post makes me question a lot of things regarding our life. Like, and she's like, oh my God, like it's 7 a.m.
And Jacqueline's like, yeah, but like he's like clearly not over you and he's having a hard time and he feels like you're using him. And she goes, but like I don't get that part because he's even said, and I have like messages, he's like said like, thank you so much for being there for me and like thank you so much for taking care of me. And how am I like using him if I'm like helping him? I'm like, I feel like, dude, you need help. Mania, am I right?
And Jacqueline's like, you are financially supporting him, so he should be watching the kids. You know what I mean? And she's like, yeah, if anyone's getting used, it's me. And she says, yeah, they're basically just like.
Jacqueline's basically like, okay, I've basically spoken out against you, and now as a sidekick, it's my duty to come back and agree with everything you say. So I'm back in the fold. So then we go.
Right. I was trying to disagree with you and it was extremely uncomfortable. So let's go back to the other way. She's like,
I'm going to go back to agreeing with you. So now we go up to Bethesda for Angel and Dora's cap and gown ceremony. And it's like cell phone footage and the kid, the girls graduate. It's lovely. Gizelle and Jamal have like a little, looks like they have a little function, a little luncheon or something for the girls.
Giselle looks as tired of this storyline as I am. I mean, by the time she gets up there to give this speech, she's like, we are so lucky to have 2 wonderful daughters. They are so great. And Jamal's like, yeah, we've got 2 children who have never stayed out past curfew or never snuck out at night, at least that I know of. And she goes, yeah, they did that. What the fuck are you talking about? You didn't raise those children? It's like, yeah, look at these kids never sneaking it. You weren't there, sir. Okay.
He's like, I did raise
for
them.
At least 75% of this speech.
Excuse me. He gave them Nicki Minaj tickets and a management share of Arizona's, which came with free refills at the.
That's true. Okay, you can get 80% of the time of the speech, but Gizelle's just exhausted. She's like, now here are my children. We're so proud. I mean, I felt it was nice seeing it, but I basically felt like this, same as I do at every graduation. Do it in the mail. You know what I mean? Like, this is my day we're spending.
Yeah. It was very nice. Obviously, like Gizelle's daughters are three of the best like children on Bravo. But like we did sort of see this last year. No, you know, I liked that this had a moment. It was fine, but I just had a feeling of dread knowing that it's going to continue all season long. It's like, oh, here come Angel and Adore shopping for college. Angel and Adore getting sweatshirts. Angel and Adore going to Starbucks for the last time in Potomac while they live under Gizelle's roof. It's going to just keep on going, and like I don't need it. Like I just like send them off. Godspeed.
Yeah, it's life, but you know, it's not part of life that I like to take part in. So same on TV. So then Lake Norman day 2, there's a breakfast buffet. So now it's like, Wendy, it's still your birthday. She's like, oh my God, everybody, it's my first day being a party. Wow. And she's like, I'm just so loved. My phone's been ringing. Oh God, everyone's just making me feel so special. Okay. You know, happy birthday. You know, congrats on your asshole, because we've all got those as well.
Yeah. And Ashley's like, so like any bucket list things that you want to do for your 40th year? And she's like, jump out of the plane. Has anybody done it? You've done it, right, Ashley? She's like, yeah, it's not near death. You just like literally fall at terminal velocity. So you just sort of feel like you're suspended in midair. It was sort of like the emotional state I had to put myself in to be married to Michael for all those years.
But she actually loved it. She was like, yeah, you just like so much and come down. We had so much fun. It was like our second date back in 2012. And then when we got down from skydiving, we really did some diving. Yeah, it was so hot. We had the best, wink, wink. I know you don't know what I'm talking about, but yeah, it was inside me swishing around. And I was like, oh my God, how can you go hard and soft so fast? Like, what are you, a finger puppet? It was crazy. Oh, God, it was so sexy. I just want to think about it over. And I was like, okay, could you stop rolling around in the Michael sex story while you're still trying to make us believe that you're a single woman who's about to have a dating show on television?
I know. Yeah, well, the skydiving instructor did say it was the first time his ass had been groped while falling from a plane, so that was exciting too for him.
I've seen so many men run from Michael, but that was the first man I saw fly away from Michael, so it was a pretty momentous day.
So Wendy's basically asking me what the plan is for the day. Wendy asked Mia what the plan is for the rest of the day, and Mia's like, "Oh yeah, there's gonna be some chilling by the pool," and then she's like, "And then at like 1:30, I'm gonna take you guys to like one of my very first doctor offices that I opened here in Charlotte." And everyone's like, "Doctor's office?" And she's like, "Yeah, Dr. McDaddy." Is the actual doctor. Now, listen, we know that Mia lies. This is Mia's whole thing. Every season, Mia just lies. Every episode, Mia just lies. And then when you confront her about it, she goes, well, I guess I wasn't totally telling the truth. You got to do, if you're going to lie, do better than coming up with McDaddy. That was worse than me trying to finish my Just a Gigolo song parody. Okay.
But aren't they going to go meet this doctor? I think he's going to be real. He's going to be real. Because she's like, I want to go show you this Dr. McDaddy's.
She's like, are you just reading bad recaps about Grey's Anatomy? McDaddy.
Yeah, I think his name is actually spelled McDaddy, but she's like, Dr. McDaddy. I love that Mia's just wanting everybody to believe that she's like, you know, opening doctor's offices all over the country and stripping at the steak and lobster place at the same time. Like, what is going on there? Not to say, you know, like a lot of strippers are like, you know, brilliant lawyers now. You know, I'm not taking anything away from that. You know that I love a stripper. I always have. But this whole, this Mia, just her, the first doctor's office I open. Oh, okay. Also, crack the back stores are not off the doctor's offices. It's another
I know.
But
Although the funny thing is, like, I may go to the joint chiropractic later today. I'm gonna be thinking about Mia the entire time. So Karen is like, McDaddy, does McDaddy got Mick Hole with him? So then Gizelle FaceTimes in. They're all having breakfast, and Gizelle FaceTimes in to say happy birthday. And she says she is at the airport to fly in. And I'm like, I don't understand the timing of this. If it's breakfast in the same time zone, because it is the same time zone, how did you already have a cap and gown ceremony and some sort of reception afterwards? I smell funny business.
This is the next day, right? So I think she flew out there in the day, went to the cap and gown ceremony, had dinner, and then flew back right in the morning, right?
No, Gizelle flew out at night. Remember, they're on the boat, and Giselle's like, I'm leaving you all. And so she left at night and was like, I'm going to come back the next day. But she's calling saying she's at the airport, but it's the morning, unless they're having a brunch at like 12. But that's still, look, a cap and gown ceremony is going to start at like 10 a.m. And then it's going to be done by noon. And then you have lunch. Like everything is wrapped up by 3. So the timing is off for me. And I feel like I want answers.
No, yeah, I don't really care. It's like, whatever.
You know what, Ronnie? You and literally every other person. But for me, I want answers.
Well, I hope you get them, damn it. So then Wendy's like, look, everybody, it's my best friend Gizelle. Hi, Gizelle. And they're doing this thing like, we've really come a long way. You guys have liked each other for 5 minutes. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need. And Wendy's like, this is a symbol of how I want my 40th to be. Just then, forgiving, moving forward, being open. Okay, bye. Click. So then Jacqueline's like, wow, when you hold grudges and you don't let go of things, it's only going to make you bitter and nasty and mean. And they're like, she's talking about Karen.
Yeah. Wendy's birthday request is immediately shot down by Jacqueline. And they're like, oh my God. And Jacqueline's like, yeah, you just got to let things go. And Mia's like, yeah, when you hold grudges, it's going to make you a bitter old bitch like Dr. McDaddy's wife. So Stacey's like, are you talking about Karen, our sweet, wonderful Karen Huger? And then the camera pans over to Karen and she's staring at the camera like a sock puppet, like
she's doing that thing, where she sucks in her cheeks and she's like, why would they think they're talking about me? They're talking about somebody old. And Ashley's like, Jacqueline, are you alluding to anything else? And no, I'm not talking about Karen. I'm just saying in general. And Karen's like, well, I'm not having fun. This is Joyce. I'm not having fun. First, I had to fight off Jacqueline. And then Mia came at me with 3 haunting stories she thought she had. Bing, bing. And then on top of that, my alleged situation. But I'm going to make the best of it. I'm going to meditation. I'm going to make it through. I'm going to go home. Karen, please stop driving the table in the curb. I'm so sorry. I'm stopping the table.
So Kiana, who's also here, is like, well, I think that Karen needs a goddamn break this morning because after last night's episode, what the hell was that, Mia? Not a 3-year throwback, honey. I am still gagged this morning. So then Jassy is like, yeah, I was gonna say I am so over the Karen conversation. Hey, did that put me a little bit ahead of Kiana in the race for a flute? No, okay.
So then Karen is like, yeah, that was a little low. And Mia's like, well, remember, this is boot camp. This is how you give girlfriends boot camp. Karen gave it to me. No, she didn't. Karen did not do that. When you were on, Karen
Wendy
stood by you through everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you talking
Wendy
about?
gave it to you. This is Mia hazing newbies. And I'm like, I'm sorry, Mia. In my mind, Mia still is a newbie, even though this is, I think, her 4th season on the show. And I just think it's I think it's shitty, first of all, because I don't think there should be hazing on these shows. Not because I'm taking some sort of sanctimonious stance on hazing, but we're supposed to be watching a show that's about people coexisting. And I'm not here to watch people hazing newbies for being on a TV show. I don't care about your politics of how you for screen time. You should just your job is that you show up and you interact with people. So I don't like it when Mia does it. I don't like it when Heather Gay does it to Bronwyn either, I would like to add. So I think it's just
hazing's bad. No one should be hazed anyway. Kids die like that. I saw a Lifetime movie about that, about somebody getting hazed to death. I think they died in the toilet. I mean, what a way to go. just to get into some stupid fucking, Delta, whatever the fuck it is.
Delta.
Although
Berg.
those girls are all very nice. My niece is in a sorority, and they just you know what they do? They paint banners. She's on Banner Club, and they paint banners, and they're like, "Hey girl," I'm like, "Hey girl," and they're so nice to each other. I just can't imagine them injecting each other with drugs or making them fuck horses or any of the other vile things that Mia's making these girls do.
That's how they get you. Well, and the banner does say hazing starts here, so it's a little weird. But
the banners are like, "Get ready to fuck a horse, slut."
I mean, obviously hazing is bad, but also I just think it's like hazing on a TV show is stupid. There are just better things to do, and like we're not tuning in here to watch you haze a newbie. We're tuning in to watch you have actual ridiculous interactions that pertain to stuff that actually is on the show, not how you feel about pecking order on behind the scenes. So, but that's what Mia's doing. She's basically hazing Kierna, throwing her in the bunk bedroom and talking down to her here. And Kierna, I have to say, this was a great episode for Kierna because Kierna's not going to take it. And Kierna proved why she actually, of all the newbies that are on this season, why she is one of the people who actually nabbed a champagne flute, because she is basically holds her ground and is like, "Fuck you, Mia." And she basically, I think that she actually, as they would say, gathered Mia.
Yeah, she was. Mia's like, "Well, she sent me through boot camp and I passed and I got my flute and we're working on yours still." She goes, "Oh, you wanted a flute. You needed a flute. I don't need a flute. I'm happy." And Mia's like, "I don't need one. Let's be clear." She goes, "Are you sure? Because that triangle is very, very interesting," which is interesting because she's saying, "Oh, you don't need a flute yet. You're trying to hold your job by pretending you're in a threesome triangle with your old man husband and your LLC. Come on."
Yeah. So then Mia does a classic Mia thing, which is she just sort of pulls something out of hat. "Oh, yeah, you want to talk about your drug dealer boyfriend, maybe?" And Kieran's like, "Oh, and what drug dealer is that?" She goes, "Oh, don't come for me." She goes, "Oh, which one? Which one?" And now she's like, "Well, by the way, I mean, that rumor has gone around. People have said, and I don't know if it's now or in the past, that you dated a drug dealer." I'm like, I guarantee the people who said it was Mia.
Yeah, and Mia's doing exactly what she was accusing Karen of doing, which is, having something in your, little file that you're ready to pull out and use. So she's been at least trained well. So she has that. That's the big thing against Kiana, that she used to date a drug dealer, which in my, look, here's what I say. Yeah, I dated someone with a job, which is more than I can say for a lot of you. At this point.
Exactly.
So get off my entrepreneur X, okay?
And Kierna now is like, "Well, the man I'm dating now is a licensed clinical social worker," which is like, aha, I negate all drug dealer, rumors, because I have a clinical social worker, which is very virtuous. So Mia's like, "Yeah, but the one in the past." And she's like, "Okay, well, what's in your past?" And she goes, "Oh, well, I'm a stripper. I was an ex-stripper turned entrepreneur, self-made millionaire." Need I have to say Dr. McDaddy one more time? And Karen is like, "Well, I love
self-made."
Well, she
can't.
She made herself marry Gordon.
Karen is like, "I love all entrepreneurs. I always have." She's like, "Oh, well, I didn't have to go to the streets." Yes, you did. And Kierna says, "Oh, okay, well, that is the streets. That's about as street as you can get, baby." Which
yeah, this is the part where Mia starts also arguing with potato salad, because now after everything that Mia says, she takes an enormous scoop of potato salad and just puts it in her mouth like, "Uh-huh." But because Kierna is sort of keeps coming back to her, Mia winds up having to take a lot of potato salad. She's like, "Okay, well, this will be the final potato salad bite, and that is that." And Kierna will be like, "Well, one more thing." She's like, "Okay, well, I guess I'll have to have another scoop of potato salad to close out this argument."
She's like Pac-Manning that shit because Kierna wanted the scene.
Just like, what part of me eating this giant scoop of potato salad means the argument continues on? It is over.
"We know that you know about the streets, Stitches." Oh, she goes, "We know you know about the street, Stitches." And then she points to her forehead. I'm like, "Oh, no. And Kieran's like, "Oh, you weren't that far when you assaulted Wendy. Keep it cute. The face, the glass, keep it cute. The face." And Wendy's like, "To call someone with Stitches who went through a traumatic experience in the GNA event?" It's just that sentence. And then to use that name in a mocking type of way, that's pretty low. I mean, it's like, I'm just stating a fact, Stitches.
And then, by the way, in the midst of this, Stacy is like, I just don't know what's going on. I think the only reason Kay called Mia a stripper is because she called her man a drug dealer. I mean, who knows what's true? Well, I guess it is true that Mia was a stripper, right? Well, okay, well, I don't really know where to go with this, but just don't let TJ watch this.
So wait, then her boyfriend, was he? Oh, I don't know what to do with you, B. She just like throws her hands up in the air. She's like, okay, so we've got a stripper fighting with the ex-girlfriend of a drug dealer. What the fuck do you want me to say?
We're not going to put this on the sizzle reel for Good Morning Bethlehem, are we? So Kieran's like, so I'm sorry. So Mia is like, I'm just eating the fact. And Kieran's like, well, she elevated it in the moment. And Jacqueline goes, we don't harp on people's past. I'm like, all you and Mia do is talk about the good old days at Lake Norman. That is your story about who the time that like Mia slept with Ink and you were in the other room, or the time you slept with Ink and Mia was in the other room, or the time that both of you guys slept with McDaddy or whatever. So don't talk about people's past. And Wendy's like, oh, really? We don't harp on people's past? Say that to your friend. What do you mean? Your friend, Mia, the one who brought up that she used, who Kiana used to date. And because Jacqueline's like, I can't believe that Kiana would bring up Mia's past.
Yeah, you just did it, and it did the rewind of 5 minutes ago with Jacqueline just doing that. So then, or Mia just doing that. So then, Wendy's like, "Do you understand?" She goes, "But I thought that she was the one who initiated." And she goes, "No, Mia did." And she goes, "Yeah, I sure did." And she,
can someone please pass the potato salad? I've used up my scene-ending scoops.
This is so funny. So they're like, okay, guys, let's concentrate on Wendy's birthday. And then Ashley goes, okay, but I want to ask you a question. Do you have a scar on your forehead? And she's like, I do. I still have one. And all of you people asking me about a goddamn scar. She goes, because I want to know, like, what did you use? That's all I ask. Because you have a skincare line, right? Does it miraculously get rid of scars?
How deep does the scar have to be before your skincare stops working on it? And Karen's like, don't ask me shit about my scar. And she's like, well, because you have a skincare line, so I want you to be able to promote it. I also want to remind people that your beautiful face now has a flaw on it because of the fight that you got into. So like, you know what? Don't ask me a thing about my scar. Do not ask me about my scar. So she gets away and she's crying. And now she's like, what? Why? What's wrong with my scar? What's wrong with saying that? She's like, don't ask me shit about my scar. Don't ask me about it.
I was just asking the 1-800 number to her company that heals scars so miraculously. I don't understand.
Have you brought your scar to McDaddy yet? Yeah, I hear he's also a dermatologist.
So, of course, Ashley's so innocent. She was just trying to be helpful. I mean, I don't see what the big deal is. The big deal is she got that scar from somebody you brought on the show to cause shit. And now you're trying to give her shit and say that she doesn't have a scar and that this whole thing has been drama to stay on the show. Ashley. See what Ashley just stays so innocent all the time. So then now they move on to who wears glasses. So Jazzy's like, do you wear glasses? And Ashley's like, no, I didn't see anything. And Jazzy goes, oh, so you don't wear seeing glasses? Well, if you actually look at her head, you would see the scar. Okay. Like, oh, that's why you're asking about glasses. No, I did look at her head and I didn't see one.
Well, it's funny that you mentioned glasses because I am thinking about opening up a LensMart down here with Dr. McDaddy. And so Kieran is like, I don't give a fuck about me and her little antics. Okay, Ashley shouldn't be asking me anything about my face. She just shouldn't be. So Wendy hugs her and consoles her. And Kieran is basically like, you know what, like, Ashley, like, why are you asking me? Like, you clearly know the cause of my scar. Like, you shouldn't even be mentioning anything about my face. You should actually just shut the fuck up.
Yeah, especially because it was your ex-friend. And she's like, it was very serious. And I live with a form of a scar every single day. Well, what does that mean? Now you've got me wondering, what is a form of a scar? What the fuck is that?
It's the form of a scar, a new book by Nicholas Sparks. So then
you
Stacey...
make cakes in it, and you put the cake batter in, and you cook it in the form of a scar, and it comes out looking like a scar.
Hello, I would like to apply to have a scar on my face. Did you fill out your forms? Oh, I didn't realize I had to have a form of a scar. Okay, one moment, please.
America's Best Dance Crew, you did amazing. What wonderful form of a scar you've got. You're going through to the next round.
So Stacy's like, Mia, we were just in your company with your friends last night, and they were elevating you, and it was so beautiful. So can we please try to keep that spirit this morning? Can we just keep the spirit positive and light this morning? You guys, seriously, it is a lot. So Kieran's like, okay, well, I planned on having fun, and I still plan on having fun. But Ashley, as far as you ask me anything about my face and any scar that I have, or any other personal thing, that is totally fucking off limits for you and I. Okay, great.
Jacqueline just going, but wait, how did it come up again?
Jacqueline, you're the one who started this whole thing. After Wendy said, I want to have a drama-free day. And you're like, yes, drama-free. Otherwise, I become old and wrinkled like in a stupid old bag, like Karen.
So funny. So Karen's like, well, can I be a little messy? Okay, how do I say this? Aren't you trying to work it out with Mr. Pee-Pee, Jacqueline? And we see a flashback to Pee-Pee, her partnered, what is it?
Patrick.
My
partner, parent, or Patrick. Well, his name is
parent,
Patrick,
partner.
Patrick, the hot, like, parental partner, I think.
Well, he's also police, so he could be PPP and just be a loan that nobody paid back. By the way, I paid those. My taxes. Me, fuckers.
That makes you an IP. You're intellectual property. So Jacqueline is like, well, at this moment, we are moving in a very positive direction in terms of our co-parenting with our children, as well as our relationship. We are co-parenting our relationship. I just want to say that. And Karen is like, oh, so that's after the 25 convictions he had? Did you stand by him? Were you a soldier for him the way Ray was a soldier for me?
Oh my gosh! What? 25 convictions?
25? That's a number that's not even in that song from Rent. And so Karen is like, I know, because I sing it every day with TJ.
525,600 minutes. Thank you, God. Worried about my homo card being lost there. Yours, however, has been revoked.
Mine?
You didn't know 25 was in that song? 25 is in that song. 5,025.
No, 2,500's in the song, but not 25.
The word 25 is in that song.
I was being specific about the value of 25.
Okay. 525,625 minutes.
By the way, for the record, I still don't have my homo card because I've never been able to know the numbers in that song. Like, give me the McDonald's Big Mac with DLT, a quarter pounder with some cheese fillet, a fish, a hamburger, a cheeseburger, a Happy Meal, McDonald's, tasty Goldie, French fries, regular or larger size. No, I can do that. But the Rent song, I'm like, 235, 40, 936 divided by 3 is a number that is an infinitesimal place.
That's it. I'm taking away your boyfriend until you learn that song and watch Steel Magnolias.
Someone on Reddit like a month ago was like, I hate when Ben sings. And I'm like, I'm sorry, everyone. I'm doubling down today.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Who would say such a thing?
Who would say that? I've got such a beautiful voice.
Girl, don't even listen to that.
Well, clearly not, because I am singing today.
My own little Barbara. Papa, can you hear me? So Jacqueline's like, okay, well, it was just an internal investigation within the police department. They weren't like public. They weren't public charges or anything like that. He ended up losing his position. He's moved past it, and now he has a new position as a police officer. So it's quite funny to me that Karen had to dig up some old information. Really? That's what me, and she said, Karen has, I think it's even worse when it's a cop, isn't it?
Yeah. You just said that he failed upwards, basically. Like, there was an internal review. He was reprimanded. He'd lost his position because of what happened. And now he has another position.
They just moved him around the company. Great. It's like the Catholics are running it over there. Jesus Christ.
So Karen's like, Jacqueline has been nothing but an enemy to me this year, to spew things that are not factual about my life, and I respond by spewing facts about your life. The facts of life. Who would have thought there was a natural comeback? Or callback?
Oh, by the way, You take the good, you take the bad. Ray, come take the rest, Ray. Very busy. I wanted to say something about Catholicism because I don't know why that came up again. Catholics. Oh, yeah, because moving molesters to different towns. Oh, right. Because I was like, Catholic Church, who would like choose that? Oh, once you've been to another church, the services are much slower. So why would you go back to Catholicism where services can be hours and hours? Okay, I say that because I went to Catholic school when I was younger. I went to like 20 schools, by the way, but I went to Catholic school when I was a freshman. Girl, those services were so long, and it was all the time. It was constant. And we had a lot of Catholics like, Ronnie, how dare you? My service is an hour and a half tops. Here's how long church should be. On the car radio on the way to McDonald's for 5 minutes. That's it. Jesus loves you. Be nice to each other. Y'all do what you need to do. Give me your 10%. Help other people. We're done here. Eat your Big Mac.
That's why we need Good Morning Bethlehem, because that way you get all the church you need at the kitchen table. You can proceed onwards. Yeah, I saw some people were like, wait a second, my Catholic service is on hour tops. So I was like, Ronnie,
too long.
Ronnie got into trouble.
Still too long. Trouble. It's like when you watch a Peacock show and they're an hour instead of 42 minutes. It's too long. Okay. I need the easy, cool church version where they play a couple of rock songs poorly on their big Megatron screen. And I'm sitting in a movie theater recliner that tilts and reverses. And it's like wide as 3 of me. And I get a big gulp. Okay, that's
you
church.
Need to go.
That's church.
You need to join Mosaic in Hollywood, and then what you can do is you can talk to the cool preacher, the cool pastor who wears capri pants and has his head shaved on the sides, but it's like long on the front and flopped over to the side. And he can be like, "Hey guys, let's go over to the coffee shop across the street and talk about the Lord." And then they sit at a table, and while you're sitting there trying to enjoy your coffee in peace, you have a bunch of 22-year-old future stars of the CW talking to this guy about like, Jesus is just like awesome, right? Like, yeah, Jesus is like awesome. I'm not saying this is my personal experience with the Mosaic Church, but I'm not saying it didn't happen either.
That name has always cracked me up because it's just like a bunch of really beautiful broken pieces.
Yeah, Mosaic is the church. Mosaic is the church in Hollywood where people like when all the youngins come to Hollywood to make it big, all these beautiful youngins, they come to Hollywood to make it big, but they still want to do churchy things. So they join Mosaic, and it's all these like beautiful people who love going across the street to the coffee shop, and they just sit there and talk about Jesus. And but in like a way that's like not very spiritual. They're like, man, Jesus is just like so dope. Like he's literally like so cool. Like I wish I could like hang out with Jesus. And you're sitting there like, I just want to have my coffee. We have to talk about this all the time right next to me.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, that Jesus is goal weight. That's what I would say in the coffee shop. How does he do it? Okay, so Karen brings up the PPP thing, and she's like, Jacqueline has been nothing but an enemy to me this year, and to spew things that are not factual about my life, I respond by spewing facts about your life. What do you think about that? And she's like, so did you stand by him? And she goes, yes. And she's like, well, I was told that you left him because of those 25 charges, which is my birthday year. 25, 25, 10, and a 2, or 2. 2,
I just celebrated my triple 25 minus triple 5. And Jacqueline's like, well, you need to get your facts and maybe your math straight. And she's like, well, you need to talk to Mia because that was a miraculous recovery last night at the table when she saved your ass, supposedly by throwing me under the bus. Little does she realize that I am a fence and I am not well driven over by a bus unless maybe I'm driving it.
And Mia's like, well, Jacqueline stood by that man. She rebuilt that man. She got hurt by that man. That man hurt her again. Then she stood outside and he ran her over. Then he put her on a bicycle so she could still get home, but then ran over the bike. And she still stood by that man. So she's loyal for now.
Wendy's like, hold on, Mia. So you're here trying to point out how my friend dated a drug dealer, but your best friend has 25 convictions. I need to get some more sugar. I'm going to call Gizelle. It's much more of a productive conversation.
Yeah. So then Jacqueline's like, you need to get your facts straight. Jacqueline, you need to get your goddamn facts straight. You are so bad
I
at
know.
this. Jacqueline is so bad at this that it's actually fun to watch. I love that they're leaning into Jacqueline just terrible at housewifery. So Karen's like, you need to talk to me because you need to talk to me because that was a miraculous recovery last night at the table when you saved her ass, and supposedly by throwing me under the bus.
Ashley is basically saying how this is Karen's thing is that she'll just like come back at you like like a boxer, and then we got to Karen who's wearing boxing gloves, and she's like, so many times you're gonna put me up against the ropes, and I'm gonna swing and swing and swing and swing and swing. Don't fuck with me. I'm $1 million baby, a triple 20 baby. Ah.
I love that they're like, Karen's a boxer, and then she's like in boxing gloves. You bet your ass I am. So Jacqueline's like, well, because he was a police officer and because he had different accounts that happened to him in a very racist police department, it literally happened like, I don't know, damn 6 or 7 years ago. And Ashley goes, yeah, everybody has a past. And Wendy just starts laughing. She goes, oh, okay, now everybody has a past.
Yeah, now, okay, it's all okay. Everyone has a pass. Okay. And everyone's like laughing and everything. And Jacqueline's like, well, I can't believe, Karen, you would bring up somebody that's not even here at this table. You came for the father of my children. You're a horrible person to bring up something that the person is not even here to defend. And Karen's like, well, you're a saint driven in white and pure snow. Get the fuck out of here.
I literally said one thing to you, Karen. Why'd you have to take it to this level? She goes, you haven't said anything to me. You went around this group defaming me, and you thought it wouldn't get back to me. But, well, I'm well respected in this group. Look at them all. Look at them all listening to me. Okay, get off your phones.
Mama's like, here's some more Uber cards for you, Karen. I'm very well respected.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to wear this hashtag tax evasion shirt that Gizelle made you a few years ago because we're friends now. How dare you? Jacqueline's like, okay with your 2 DUIs. And then Jacqueline, by the way, keeps getting up and moving and then getting up and walking off and coming right back. Her floppery is hilarious. And Karen's like, I don't have 2 DUIs, dingbat.
So Stacey tells us, clearly Jacqueline pushed Karen to the edge because now she's talking about other people's court cases. And right now, I feel like it's just kind of justified accusing someone of being drunk when they're literally fighting for their life and their reputation and their freedom about a court case that involves drunk driving. You're poking the bear. Come on, Jacqueline. You started it.
I love that Stacey's down that place where she's like, well, this is all wrong, but this is better than that because she was making fun of drunk driving allegations. So she kind of earned it. So then they just keep going on. But Karen has won this one for sure. Jacqueline looks like an idiot and she's trying to, say defamation and, oh, he's not sitting at this table. So Wendy's like, well, you all want to talk about her ex-boyfriend. That was defamation. And so, it's just going back and forth.
They're like, don't forget, like they start with Kieran.
About it. She goes, oh, shut up. Just shut up.
Ashley's like, it was a vague comment. Shut your ass up. No, not Naomi to calm the fuck down. She's like, shut up. You shut up. You shut up. You shut up. You shut up. Shut up. Shut up. And then they're like yelling. And then Stacey goes, it is her birthday. It is her birthday. Show some respect. Stacey is horrified at all times. It's such a fun angle for this show.
So then they're like, okay, it's my birthday. Yes, Wendy, we know. So then Jacqueline is still trying to go, that is low. That was so low. And one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fight for people I love. And I love Patrick and he didn't deserve that. He probably didn't deserve another job either, but he got it. So, I haven't seen all the evidence, but that's a lot of counts.
Well, you thought that just because I'm a nice person, you can fuck with me. Well, don't do it. And Jacqueline's like, well, and he's always told me, leave Karen alone. I love Karen. Oh, sure, Patrick talks to you. I'm sure, yes. And so Wendy's like, okay, well, can we do a toast? Can we do a toast here? Toast to happiness? And she goes, let us toast to happiness and the World Wide Web. And they're all like, to the World Wide Web.
So now it's time to get up from the table, and Jazzy is talking to Karen and Kiarna, and Kiarna is like, you know how I feel about my face, and then I have this bitch who's like, who looks like rocks between. She says, no, then I got a bitch who looked like rocks been thrown at her face.
Talking about my goddamn scar. She's like, are you okay?
That bitch who looks like she has rocks thrown at her face. That's some funny shit.
Kiarna is so funny. I think like finally like we're getting like Kiarna's truly emerging, and like the Kiarna that has emerged is she has a way with words that is really great. Like she had several like over the course of this argument. So
and then Jazzy goes, wait, who did that? And she goes, rocks thrown at her face. I'm talking about Mia. Just
yeah,
because she's trying to say crater face, right?
Yes,
which makes it absolutely hilarious. That's how she interprets crater face, like actual craters thrown at her face.
She's actually giving the back. She's actually throwing the backstory of the craters. Yeah, rocks, little asteroids went at Mia's face.
That kills me.
So then Jacqueline's talking to Ashley, and she goes, the fact that she keeps throwing salt about something that she's having issues with. I love how Jacqueline always does half a metaphor, like not rubbing salt.
She's terrible at it.
She's like what she called Karen a bag before, like a tough bag, and now she's like, now she's throwing salt.
Or
she's throwing salt about something.
A cookie that you couldn't. She's like, that is an uncrackable cookie.
No use crying over spilled salt. Am I right?
So then, Karen, back to Karen. Karen's like, well, I don't relish what I just had to do, but call me a hot dog and squeeze it on me again because I'm in. And Stacey's like, your hands were forced, Karen. They were forced. It's just, well, I don't start it. I finished it. Like someone better finish this hot dog before I get more relish squirted on me.
Like I said to that traffic median, I'm going to finish you right now because I'm driving over you, literally. So Wendy's like, you know what? She couldn't handle it. She was squirming. She got up. She moved to a different seat. You totally won. And Stacey's like, she could not even sit next to you. Unlike TJ, I cannot wait to sit next to that man, that hunka man. Karen's like, well, we are better than Jacqueline and her behavior towards me in the circle. And I don't throw rumors up. I throw facts up. And also lies. And a little bit of rumors too, now that I think about it. All of this is black and white.
Yeah. So then Jacqueline is talking to me and Ashley, and she's like, she's deflecting, and Mia's like, yeah, like Karen said, he has 25 counts, and she goes, no, there's not 25 counts. It's just, well, she has 8, and we can read her counts, and Ashley's like, yeah, that's the difference. So Mia pulls out the evidence,
very quickly.
Charges.
She just has that ready, by the way. Like Mia pretending to be a good friend to Karen. And she's like, she has the documents ready at a moment's notice, right? She's like, yeah, well, look at this. Negligent driving in careless and prudent manner, endangering property, life, and person. And Jacqueline's like, right, she's endangering people's lives. I'm going to use that against her next. And Mia's like, reckless driving vehicle in wanton and willful disregard to safety and person and property, driving vehicle on the highway with suspended registration. I mean, it just goes on and on.
And Jacqueline's like, yeah, don't throw stones at she goes, don't throw glasses don't throw glass at a glass house. Don't put glasses on glass houses because they can already see because they're made out of glass. And Mia's like, what? She goes, what is it? What's the saying? And Mia's like, I don't know. She's like, don't throw stones at glass houses. That is not it either.
Yeah, I mean, you shouldn't. You shouldn't throw stones at any house. Mia's like, as someone who's had some rocks thrown in her face recently, I really object to this metaphor.
And Mia's like, don't be coming for people when your shit is stinky. Jacqueline goes, unless your home is together and perfect. No, that's mixing it too.
Unless your home is perfect and also made of glass, don't throw shit in it with salt. It's like, no, what? Huh? So
then Karen is like, oh, well, don't take a page out of my book. Don't. But if you ever do have to defend yourself, fight fire with fire. Got it? And so Stacey's like, oh, I'm going to carry the cape for the day in the Grand Dame School of Housewiving. So then Stacey goes over to join the other room. So she's like, so why does everyone have a hard-on for my friend Karen, who's never done anything but be wonderful? And Mia's like, oh, you better be careful with what you're defending Driving with a suspended registration, illegal, throwing glasses in poop houses, driving while impaired by alcohol, being cookies that you can't cut with a knife. That's what you're defending. Is that what you stand for? She goes, oh, I didn't know anything about this.
Which is a lie. You literally just talked about how Karen you've been talking about all season now. Karen has these charges, but it's the moment that Mia says, "Is this what you stand for?" And Stacey has to realize that, like, you know, as a public person in the QVC nation, that she may be linked with such a thing. You can see this instantly rattles her. That like now it's like it's not that Karen has a DUI; it's that Stacey is a DUI apologist. So Stacey's like, I mean, it's charge after charge after charge. I mean, we're not talking about injuring yourself, being on the road, and perhaps hurting or killing other people. Is this drinking issue really an issue? I don't know.
So you're bringing it up to say you're concerned about her because that's the difference. I don't want to tear Karen down. And Jacqueline's like, oh, yeah, we're very concerned. I've said that multiple times. And Mia's like, I think we need to take her to rehab immediately.
Rehab?
I think she needs help with the mania and the rehab. Gordon is bipolar and Karen is bi-drunker. She's extremely drunk. Karen's so bi-drunk that she would have sex with 2 different alcohols at one time. It's bad. It is bad.
Oh my God. Well, I don't know how I feel about this, except that I'm absolutely appalled by something. I don't know what specifically, but I'm appalled. So she goes out the room and she goes, Karen, can I please talk to you? And so then, Karen's
like, what?
Like,
what happened?
What
happened? What is it? She goes, I'm so disturbed by the conversation that I just had with Mia and Jacqueline.
I defended you, and they brought up screenshots, case after case about you. She goes, what the fuck? That's public information. This is the allegation I can't talk about. And I'm sorry, Kieran was one who said, what the fuck? And so Stacey's like, they were telling me, they were saying that I need to be concerned about who I defend. And let me be clear. Oh, thank you so much for using my tagline. You're welcome. It's a great tagline. Let me be clear. I will always defend you because I know who you are. But they're basically telling me to not stand up for you. Isn't that terrible, Karen?
Well, first of all, let me put you at ease. I've got a mime here to tell you this part. Mime, come in here. Down to this part. I will always defend you because I know who you are. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That was your line. Those allegations, okay? I'm not angry that they did that because this is public information and the court will have its day. But Karen, it's deeper than that. Oh, is it? Jacqueline and Mia are saying that we need to take you to rehab and that you admitted that you wanted to go to rehab for alcoholism. Should I be worried about you? She goes, oh, God. Karen, stop driving this dining room table. You're driving it into a wall. All right, someone else take over the dining room table.
Karen, I learned it by watching you. So that's
absolutely ridiculous fucking mayhem. What a hilarious episode.
So hilarious brunch. I mean, this show is so good. It is so beyond back. So happy for it. I don't know if you've ever seen a show turn it around so quickly. Good job. Great times. That's it for today. And we'll be back all week, and we will be a safe haven for the world to escape into. So we've got New York, we got Salt Lake City, we got Orange County. There's just so much. So we will catch you on the next episode. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Watch What Crappens would like to thank its premium sponsors. Ain't no thing like Allison King.
Ashley Savoni, she don't take no baloney.
We're fanning out for Bethany Fannin.
Put your hands together for Carly Clapp.
Dana C. Dana Do.
Aaron McNicholas, she don't miss no trickolas. Jamie, she has no last namey.
Hava Nagila Weber. Know Your Worth with Jason Kurth.
Sip some scotch with Jessica Trotch.
She's our favorite streamer, Caroline Peacock.
Kristen the Piston Anderson.
Rigging the Funk, it's Leslie Plunkett.
Let's give a kisserino to Lisa Lino.
Let's get feely with Maggie Sheely.
Megan Berg. You can't have a burger without the Berg.
Cast a Spell with Shannon Spellman.
The Bay Area Betches, Betches.
And our super premium sponsors.
Somebody get us 10 cc's of Betsy MD.
We're taking the gold with Brenda Silva.
Let's get real with Caitlin O'Neill.
Don't get salty with Christine Pepper. Can't have a meal without the Emily Sides.
Nobody holds a candle to Jamie Kendall. We got our wish, it's Jen Plish.
She's not harsh. She's Jill Hirsch.
She's a little bit loony. Junie. My favorite Murdo, Karen McMurdo. We love him madly, it's Kyle Pod Shadley.
Let's go on a bender with Lauren Fender. The incredible edible Matthews sisters.
Give him hell, Miss Noel.
Ring that bell for Rachel. She's the queen bee. It's Sarah Lemke.
Shannon, out of a cannon, Anthony. Let's take off with Tamla Plain.
She ain't no shrinking Violet Couture. We love you guys.